Right, you lot! Welcome back to the second channel! I apologise for lack of uploads this year, first and foremost. I mean, I'm holding this channel by a thread. Let's be honest, I'm still keeping it going as tradition, but it's really lost the spark or any reason to exist, but I'm going to keep it going because I still enjoy doing it. More than the main channel sometimes. I've always said that. Right now, every single year, if you don't know what I do is I do a video, I basically just pat myself on the back, but also criticise myself. Look at the videos I did in a year and rank them in a number of tiers. This is the fifth one of these I've done, and I'm feeling really old. Like, 2026, there's going to be like stuff from 2021. A lot of my peak YouTube stuff is soon going to be 5 years ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. It does not feel real to me. And that's quite scary. Right, 2025 my channel was, I think it was a pretty good year. I think it was a lot better than 24, where I just was half-assed. I released 28 videos last year, which is nowhere near like the peak 21, 22, or even 23 in terms of upload, but a lot more than last year by a few. So it's something, This year we kind of did a bit of everything, but really I kind of brought back my classic commentary formula instead of it being about kind of the funny clips and the jokes. So it was more about actually making arguments and actually talk about the points in a productive way, which I kind of enjoyed a bit more. I did a lot of political videos this year. I talked about more serious stuff than I used to, and also did some of the classic stuff as well. So I will. Right, and let me go through the tiers. I pretty much got a variation of the tiers I always use. It's kind of these were. So we got my best work. These are kind of my top videos of the year. Sometimes I only decide, I might only put a couple in there, because not everything could be the best work. Then we've got solid, yeah, solid video. Not quite the best of the best, but it's very good. Good is like, yeah, that is a serviceable video. That is a good video, but it's got a few things that maybe could make it better, could get it to the top two. There's the job / filler. These are ones where like, okay, it's not a bad video, but it's just kind of there to fill a gap or to tick a box. It's not really the most credible video. Second channel level, these are kind of the videos where, yeah, this wasn't great. This is probably the level of something you'd see on this channel. And then should delete. Yeah. I always have at least one in there. I don't know if there's any this year, there might be. So yeah. Let's start with Must War in the UK. I'm going to put this in solid. This was kind of the first serious commentary video I did, because obviously I think I did the Hawk Tour video and the Thick of It video at the end of last year, but they weren't as serious. So this one, I think it was well researched. I think I made some decent points. I think it was better than the other Elon video I did. And yeah, I think it was solid. The worst songs, I'm gonna say good. I think that the content for this was really good. I don't know if all my explanations were perfect. I don't quite agree with my list. I think the one I did at the end of this year for 2025 was a lot better, so I'm just bracing for that. Similar story with the best songs. I'm going to say that one did the job / filler. No, I'll put it in good as well. Because 2024 is quite a good year for music to talk about stuff. But yeah, I enjoy doing the lists. I'm glad that I do them now. It's kind of a nice addition to the lineup. Right, now we've got the Elon video. It was a good video, yeah, it was a good video. This was my most viewed video of the year by quite a landslide. I got all of Elon's bum buddies on Twitter coming to defend his Nazi slate, We're in a world where like you have to debate whether a Nazi salute is okay. And people always say he didn't mean it, and like it wasn't okay, we could read into it as much as you want. It wasn't a good look for him, was it really? So yeah, I don't think it was as strong as my other mass video, and I wish that was the one that blew up really, but yeah, this may not have blew up for the right reason, but because it got so many views, clearly I did something right there. And it gave me a false indication of how well certain videos would do this year, because nothing came close. Trump's speech on the Washington tragedy, it did the job / filler. It's how I feel about a lot of Trump videos. Okay, he did a bad speech. He's done loads of stuff. Like I could be talking about the Venezuela situation, which I might do a video on at some point, but on the Epstein file. But no, I talked about this weird tragedy where, yeah, it just kind of it existed. The video, the David Coop video, should delete the first one because I was trying out with the camera. I did this like weird feature that my camera can do, where it could like track you. The problem is autism, right? I move about 1 million frames a second, so it's like being on one of those rides at like Alton Towers or something. So on a production level, the video didn't work. The points were fine, but I think the second David Coote video was a bit better. So I don't know how I did 2 videos on this guy this year, by the way. Marvel Disney Ranked. I'm gonna say it did the job. I think the Disney Ranked episode, they always go here because they're there to bridge a gap. They shouldn't really be on YouTube, but they are on YouTube for reasons, right? So yeah, it was, it's a solid ranking. Me and Amber are looking to record something soon, and maybe next year there'll be a new episode. But yeah, the Trump Gaza, Flashlight, Zelensky, tape. But I did a video where I talked. Basically, Trump did like 4 mental things in a week, and I talked about it. I'm gonna say second channel level because one of the stories was about how the Tate brothers were being let back in the US by Trump. That wasn't entirely true. I was a bit factually incorrect, and I try and be objective, and I think I jumped the shark on that one. But I think the bit about Zelensky and the bit about Trump Gaza still stands true and brings it a bit above should delete. But just that section, I was disappointed in. Alien, I'm gonna say Alien is a solid song. I've is it the best song on 4 Fault? It's very hard to rate the songs amongst the videos because it's kind of the same thing as this. But I think Alien was like, okay, it was a statement. It was a thing of like, we've done Back for the Future. This is how we relaunch. I wanted to do something that wasn't quite fully like to the new side of 4 Faults, but was still like reminiscent of old in a degree. And I think Alien was a very solid track. I think there's not much of what we're seeing on the track. Like we worked quite hard on it. Is it going to age brilliantly? No, lyrically it definitely hasn't aged well. But the Snake video, I think this was good. I really was careful with this one because I really didn't want to do like, a grifted video, and I was really scared that I was going to get a bunch of views from those kind of people. But no, I kind of made a genuine point about why this one particular not gender swap, sorry, race swap didn't work. And I have no issue with 90% of them, but this is the one where it wrong. RFK, I'd say my best work. I really love digging into this guy. Of course, it's a topic that hits close to home. This whole weird cure for autism shit that he's doing and all the. But the fact that the health secretary believes he's beta lies and the president believes them as well, it rubs me so the wrong way. And yeah, not enough. I put it did the job. I think it's an okay pop song. There's some cool stuff we did, but not enough. I think it was a bit vocally ambitious. I don't think it was quite as good as Alien or Too Easy, which we'll talk about in a second. The Gary Lineker video, I'm gonna say this was good. I think I made a fair point about him. Kind of the double standards about all of that, and the same people who talk about free speech were celebrating Lineker getting cancelled and like taking off their BBC. And I'm like, well, hold on, aren't you free speech advocates? Is it just like the free speech you believe in? Of course it is, right? So that's what I was finding funny. Right, the Moana video did the job. I wrote this video essay quite early on in the year. I decided I need to make it. I kind of got past the video essay stuff this year. I might bring it back at some point next year. I think there's a few ideas that me and one of my mates are talking about doing. So we might do something like that. The Trump Musk video, I think, best work probably. It's probably my favourite commentary video of the year just because of how outrageous this whole arc was, just how funny it was, and I think I told the story quite well. And yeah, I was very happy to do it. Okay, Too Easy, I'm going to put that in solid as well. I think Too Easy. The first half of the song is the best thing I've ever done. The second half really drags it down. But on the balance, I think it's a very solid song and something I am quite proud of, and I love what we did with it. So, yeah, this is the breakdown of the song. Did the job, I think it was good this time because this was the first year I was able to put snippets in because we had all the songs done, which was a key detail which we didn't do last time, which we probably should have done. But I think the videos, like, I don't love them, but I think they're necessary. People like to know what the song's about, and yeah. But if you really want to know what the song's about, truly go on Genius, because I did all of them. But yeah, I wouldn't read those annotations. The last person that did it, things went south, let's just say so. Oh god. Anyway, moving on. So we got the snippet of. This is basically just like this is the second channel video. Basically, I just did a short, like not a short, but like It's a clip from 4 a.m. and it's like, oh, 4 a.m. Thoughts ass now. Out now. Okay, it's a little marketing thing, but it's lazy. Really, it should delete, but yeah. The Jay's Live video is my best video of the year, and it's not even close. It was a great concept, you know. I did this with my mate Sam, and I thought, let's do it with like a real TV character. Let's break down all his lives case by case. Could he do it? I did a lot of research. It was a really funny video. It got decent views as well. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I just realised, my video about the YouTubers who attempted music is not on it, is it? I would put that one in solid if that was on it. Because I did a video like I broke down a bunch of YouTubers who attempted music and rated them in a few tiers. It didn't quite have the same rating in between, but it's a very solid video. Kirk, I'm gonna go good. I think this was kind of my raw, honest thoughts, you know, because I had very mixed opinions about Charlie Kirk, because of course, you know, I had mates of both sides of the spectrum politically, so I had people who were very happy about this and like kind of celebrating it, and that made me uncomfortable. But then I also had people who were like kind of calling him a martyr and saying that he was this amazing person and everything he did, you know. And but it just, you know, I was somewhere in the middle of those two sides. But I was stunned by it, just seeing the clip and seeing it all happen. I think this is obviously not what you should do. I don't believe in political violence in any sense. It's fucked up. So yeah, I think it was a good video. David Coop Part 2 I'd also was good. I think this one was kind of funny. You know, we had the whole. I would say, why am I calling a video funny when people talk about having child pornography? That is a very like dangerous thing. Obviously not, but what I'm trying to say is that I thought the video was quite entertaining. The Swift Charlie XCX, I think it was filler. You know, it was kind of a fun celebrity drama thing. It wasn't quite as deep as some of the other stuff. We've got another Trump video. Oh, this is Trump autism. This is Trump knows nothing about autism or something. Yeah, that ridiculous whole thing. Yeah, that was a solid video as well. Kind of a part two. I did two parts to both of that stuff. Right, finally we got the worst songs this year. I think this one was solid, a lot more in depth, and we got the best song. Well, this one's the best actually. I'm gonna put them both in solid. I think they're a lot better made this year. I think I knew what I was talking about. I think I heard more music in 2025, like new music than 2024. So I had a lot more to work with. I think the answers were a lot better. So yeah, I think it was a pretty good year. So yeah, my favourite video of the year is going to be the J one, followed by the Muff one, followed by RFK. I think they're the top three. Why did I move this guy up accidentally? Oh, I'm messing up my own list here. Anyway, and then my worst three videos for me are the Trump Gaza one because of the factual inaccuracies. That clip of 4am and the David Coop video on a production level. I'd argue I didn't really have the stinkers that I've had in some years, but I don't really think the high top videos are as legendary. Minus the In-Betweeners one. I think that one stands on a 10-foot pole amongst the others. But it was kind of a mid-year, you know, if we're talking about that. So yeah, I don't know what the next upload will be on this channel. I think I want to do a video reacting to the story of Lewis Bit content, because that's going to be a few years old soon. So yeah, I will see you lot soon.